laid this egg? It's somebody's egg, isn't it? Congratulations, guys. Is it your egg, Irene? Congratulations. Yeah, it's a great day, isn't it? It's a magical day. You guys deserve some wormies. Well done for your first egg. Hey, well done, guys. Hey. So I wasn't actually planning on making an allotment video today, but as you can see, we've had some very exciting news this morning and actually over the past couple of days. So let me give you a little recap of what's been going on down here. So how perfect is this little egg? It was pretty mucky this morning, but I've given it a little wash and it's come up beautiful. It's a lovely pearly white colour. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's a lovely pearly white colour. And Ryan came down this morning and found it in the shed, and he FaceTimed me at like 9:30 this morning to let me know that they'd laid the first egg. Very exciting day. I think in my last video I was telling you about the animals that kept getting into these bins. Well, I thought that I had devised a pretty good plan. Like, this table has got metal bars around it. I also put a couple of these red straps on. I didn't have the green one on, I just had one red one over each bin. And I thought, right, lids are tied down, these are strapped up together so they can't get tipped over, nothing can get in. And every night I was coming in and something had gotten the lid off of the bins and they had taken out all of the fat balls, and there was like fat ball remnants all over the floor. And so I kept putting more straps on and more straps on, and honestly it was so hard to lift up. I couldn't think of any animal that could get in, and I popped it on like a little questions box on my story on my Instagram, and everyone just said squirrels. They were like, I have squirrels that do exactly the same in these bins, I've got video footage of them doing it. I said this to Ryan, my plot neighbour, and he was like, no way Danny, there is no way a squirrel is getting through that, and he was adamant it was badgers. So I finally got some batteries for my trail cam and set it up the other day, and we actually finally caught the culprit. The culprit came at 9:20 and stuck around, it seemed, for about 15 minutes. Let me show you the footage. Cheeky little sod. Could you see that he actually lifted up that bin lid as well? So they are strong enough. So it's funny because every single night he managed to get into the bin and get the food out, but this night, the first night that I put the trail camera up, he actually didn't manage to get in. It's really typical because every single night for the past couple of weeks he's been managing to get into the bin and eating the cat food and the fat balls. Mostly the fat balls seem to be his favourite. But this footage is really beautiful, and I got a few clips. I'll put them in now so you can watch them. Oh gosh, there's a cat out there. Okay, it's not Stuart either. Duckies, come on, come inside. Come on. Where's Stuart? He's not defending his territory. Go on then, he's gone. It's good that they actually come in here and use this shed as a bit of a safe space. I'm wondering if it's their new house that they're enjoying. It's had a bit of a spruce up as promised. And I've painted it this, well, it was supposed to be green, but it's blue, clearly blue. I don't care whose eyes that is actually blue, not green. But yeah, I painted it. They got a cute little clock out front which tells temperature, and I made them this little beach area as well, which did look a lot nicer when I laid it 3 weeks ago. They just shit everywhere now. But the idea was that the water kind of would seep through the stones rather than settling on here, and this all needs another layer of wood chip. I usually do it every couple of weeks, but I haven't done it this week yet. I might do it tonight. But yeah, this all needs another layer of wood chip to keep it all nice and tidy, and then in a few weeks time I'll scrape up those layers. Once it's had another couple of inches of wood chip on top, I'll scrape it up and put it in the compost bin. They got some little flowers up, some primrose over there. But they laid their little egg inside here. And this looks like it needs some more straw down. I'll go get them some more straw now. But yeah, bless them. First of many, let's hope. I was wondering when they were going to start laying. Hey girlies, you've done well, haven't you? Looks like something has been in here digging up my bed. I just laid the other day, and looks like they've really gotten in here. Not sure what it is though. Oh, it looks like in here a little critter has been making a nest or foraging, because this was a big bale of straw and it's all been knocked down, and you can kind of tell a little pathway has been scuttled through and a little resting spot there. I wonder what that is. If I can find any sort of clues or remnants. Don't know if you can see that, but that's a badger hair. Very coarse. And my friend told me that a badger's hair is triangular, so if you roll it between your fingers you should feel that it's got kind of like a triangular sort of shape to it. But yeah, there must be a little badger in here. We got the first daffodil that's opened up. How cute's that? Usually these guys like to sit in the flowers. Not sure why they're not choosing to sit in the flowers today. The snowdrops and the crocus are out, even though they're looking a little bit worse for wear. This is the ducks' favourite sunbathing spot. Bless them. Just like us, they love hanging out amongst the flowers, and this little sun trap down here is their favourite place to hang out. And you can see it's very well trodden by big old duck feet. And actually the netting has been pulled off or blown off in the wind, and the ducks have had a bit of a field day in this bed. They've eaten a whole cabbage, and they've also pulled up this garlic as well that I planted the other day, my spring garlic. So I shall have to get this back in the ground today. I don't know where it's come from, but I'm going to guess this little nibble hole down here. And where was the other one that I saw? Oh, there it is. I'm going to guess here. My plot neighbour Ryan bought Stuart a present. big old box of cat food. Stuart's just living his best life down there, sleeping, a little cosy sleeping bag. Also, I forgot to tell you that he's actually been bringing me in little gifts lately. He's started earning his keep, and lots of you will remember his well, not rat catching escapades, because he didn't actually catch any rats, but when we did try and get him to catch a rat, bless him, and I kind of feel like he knew that I wanted him to catch something and he couldn't quite catch that, so he's now been bringing me in little tiny mice weekly. One week it was like every single day he was bringing me in a little mouse as a gift, and he comes in and he parades it around. He starts meowing really, really loudly, and the ducks let me know that he's coming. And then he parades it around for a little bit, and then he takes it behind the chair and he just munches it whole. So yeah, he does eat them. Waste not, want not around here, eh, Stuart?
Are you eating that whole?
That's nice of him bringing me in little gifts and keeping on top of the mice population. He must have found a little stash of them somewhere, a little nest. You walked into the right shed, didn't you, Stuart? Hey. Yeah, nice little home here. You guys okay out there? Hey? Sun keeps coming in and out. It's been quite nice for the majority of the day. Got some mushrooms here. A little sneak peek at the new video. I've got a big pile of manure that I need to start spreading underneath all of my fruit trees and my rose bushes, and maybe in my pumpkin and squash bed as well. But this is a big pile of manure that I got from the car park. There's a drop off a couple of times a year, and for once I actually managed to bag myself a few wheelbarrows, so I need to get started on spreading some of that. I've already done a couple of the trees, but there's a lot of fruit trees in this plot. What are you guys doing? Are you messing up the other pond? I keep planning on moving this honeysuckle, but I don't think I'll ever get round to it. It's quite big. One day. And loads of compost rotting down in there, which is quite nice. Oh, this was my gooseberry. I think I'm going to make some cuttings from this. And all of my bluebells are coming up down here as well. There are so many birds around at the moment. I think they're long-tailed tits. I've been quite busy back here. Not only have I spruced up my little bathroom over there, I'll show you in a minute, but I've also been digging up some of the raspberry canes that were underneath my fruit bushes, and that was because it was quite hard to net them with the raspberries popping up through. And yeah, now I think I'll get a better harvest, especially now I've got little ducks prying around, probably looking for all of the berries in the summertime. But this is getting a big old spruce up around here as well. And let me just show you my new bathroom area. I've given it a little bit of a tidy and some new gravel as well. Right, well here, just as we did enter the bathroom area before, there was an archway, and it was a tiny, tiny archway, and even I couldn't walk under it, and I'm 5 foot maybe 1 at a push. So even I couldn't fit under it, so I've moved it here. And I think it just frames the bathtub quite nicely at the end, and I'll grow sweet peas or something like that up it. I've popped a mirror at the end just to reflect a bit of light and make it seem a little bit bigger. And I've also got some gravel as well, because sometimes in the summer the wood chip around the edge would catch fire. Nothing too drastic, but yeah, this gravel would just mean that nothing is gonna catch fire unless it's inside those breeze blocks there. But yeah, this is my little fire guard that I've had for a long time, but this is quite handy now for the ducks. And I've got these cute little stones from home base that's shutting down up in Sheffield, and it's got a little squirrel on this one, a little rabbit on this one, and a little robin or some sort of bird on this one, which is quite cute. My next hey little robin, speaking of you, hey, singing me a lovely song earlier. You haven't eaten out of my hand yet though, you little next gen bird. Hopefully soon though. But yeah, my next job is to tidy up this bed behind. This is an acer tree, and I've got a climbing rose up there, and this japonica that fell over in the wind, and I need to put it back in the soil. So I'm probably going to top up this with loads more topsoil, and yeah, plant up some more rat proof and squirrel proof plants, I think. So maybe lots of daffodils. But yeah, this fence is holding up for now. I wouldn't mind it being a little bit taller though, to be honest. So all the ponds have turned green again because the ducks just come in, swim in here, shit in here, and eat all of the plants as well. So I'm going to have to put down a little bit of pond equaliser in here, some of my organic pond equaliser, and maybe try and plant some more pond plants in here, maybe some more hardy ones, because they seem to have eaten them all in here. I did have some lilies, but can't see any shoots coming up just yet. Fingers crossed though. But can you see all of the wild garlic in this spot here? It's all starting to come up, and lots of it has been nibbled by ducks, but that's to be expected. But there's so much along here that it's going to be absolutely fine. I'm really looking forward to a super big harvest. It looks like the ducks are really enjoying this wild garlic because loads of the tops have just been nibbled. So I'm trying to look for a leaf that's not got too much duck prints over it. But this is really gorgeous this time of year. It's really, really garlicky. I love these young shoots rather than the older ones. I find the older ones have a bit of a, not bitter aftertaste, but a lot more of a lingering aftertaste than what these do. But these are much stronger, I find, much more of that garlicky hit. But I'm going to be using this and harvesting quite a lot of it for the Wild Biome project. I'm living solely off wild food for 1 month in May, and this garlic is actually spread from the woodland just behind me. You can see that metal fence there, and 8 years ago it was just a little patch over there, and since I've been here I've just kind of encouraged it and let it spread, and now I've got a gorgeous patch of wild garlic. But yeah, I'm hoping the ducks do leave me a little bit of this, because I'm hoping that it's going to be quite a good addition to some of my meals. I'm really looking forward to May actually. I've got quite a few trips planned. For the first week of May, I've actually planned a camping trip with my friend Jess from Jess Outdoors, and we're going to go wild camping and foraging in the Peak District for 2 nights and 3 days. I'm really, really looking forward to it. You guys okay? Quacking over there. I'm really looking forward to it because it would be really nice to have a friend to take part with for that first week. Bit of moral support, I think. It might be quite tough because, yeah, food is a massive comfort thing for me, so I am expecting to struggle a little bit. We each need to raise around £680 for all of our blood sugar tests and our stool tests, and I'm about 15% of the way there with my share of the project. Are you guys okay? So if you would like to support, I'll leave a link to that in my description. So I will see you back at the allotment at the end of March, but I'll probably see you in a foraging video before then.